Let's revive and swatch this Revlon nail polish in the shade Pink Platinum from the 1950s. It should be a pretty straightforward restoration. We're going to start by adding some Szechuan Store thinner and leaving it overnight. This will give the thinner some time to soak into the polish, so it's easier to stir it. Like usual, I got distracted, so it has actually had a week to absorb. It's been like 70 years, so what's one more week? I'll add a little more thinner to this, and then we can give it a good stir. I've been getting so many comments lately where people are like, just shake it, and respectfully, nah. If it was that simple, I would be doing it. In the days before suspension bases, the solid elements would sink to the bottom and settle like concrete. Even if I had the determined wrists of a teenage boy, it wouldn't help. The solid ingredients need manual manipulation. Some also recommend that I should add mixing balls, but I like to keep my polish as original as possible. When I someday leave this world, I don't want people to think these bottles came with mixing balls, and if I did add them, they'd just get stuck in the pigment on the bottom anyways. Stirring really isn't a big deal either if you're like me and you leave your projects soaking for a week. I guess the main takeaway is to procrastinate more. It just makes life so much easier. Now that it's stirred, we'll go ahead and give it a final blend on the vortex. But on that thread of procrastination, I feel like I've become such a flake in writing back to messages I get and even my personal texts. I try so hard to engage with all the energy that comes my way, but I have the lowest social battery as an introvert that the writing back part has become more difficult for me than ever. I guess the human brain doesn't know how to cope with the introduction of phones that you keep on your person at all times, making yourself overly available. It's not normal to have so many open social threads that you're expected to tend to, so I feel like my brain subconsciously purges them, and then I notice a text days later and I'm like, well, shit. I just have to find the right balance, hopefully reducing my screen time while keeping my uploads consistent, and realizing when I've only replied to texts in my head. But look at that, it's time to swatch. So I'm screwing the matching wand onto the cap for this occasion. This is such a perfect satin ballet slipper pink. I wonder what the closest modern equivalent would be. The guanine shimmer being derived from fish scales makes it hard to find a match, since most of today's polish brands tout being vegan as one of their selling points. So if you know of a close dupe, drop it in the comments section. But here's the final look in all of its pearly pink glory. If you'd like to see more revivals like this, be sure to follow. I have so many upcoming restorations to do, so stay tuned.